Hi, and welcome to Mobility Monday. And today we're really going to start to look into hip mobility. So why is hip mobility so important? And we're also going to give you an exercise to really help you with your hip mobility. So if you think about the golf swing, each of the hips goes into internal and external rotation during different parts of the golf swing. So we're looking to achieve around about 45 degrees of pelvis rotation in that backswing. During that phase, the trail hip, so that's my right hip, goes into internal rotation, and my lead hip goes into external rotation. These roles reverse as we start to go into downswing, with the lead hip going into internal rotation and the trail hip going into external rotation. And being able to achieve these ranges of motion is really important to avoid any sorts of compensation movements with regard to how we move through the thoracic spine and through the hand and arm. So how we move through the lower half is really important to then dictate what happens in our body, so through our rib cage and through our hands and arms. So for this exercise, what we're simply going to do is we're going to lay on the ground, and to begin with we're going to lift up our trail leg. So like I said, in my case that's my right foot. I'm going to have this at a 90-degree angle, so my leg or my thigh is running up in line with my hip, and my foot and my shin now at a 90-degree angle like so. So I lay in this direction, so you can see I create that 90-degree angle. My lead hip is, or my lead leg is nice and straight, and from that position I'm going to hold on to my leg just below my kneecap. From that position I'm going to try and keep my knee as still as I can, and as I do that I'm going to rotate my foot outwards. Then I'm going to come back to center, and I'm going to start to rotate my foot inwards. And I want you to go through a minimum of 10 on each side, really starting to feel that maximum range of motion, being aware of which one feels easier for you. So I'll show you from this angle. And I'm going to switch legs. So now I'm going to lift my left leg up, again create that same 90-degree angle, and again I'm going to go pull the foot inwards, and then I'm going to come back to center and then pull the foot outwards. You'll see that I've got a greater range of motion as the foot comes inwards, but I'm really stabilizing that knee, trying to isolate that internal and external rotation, really testing my mobility. So common flaws with this exercise, what we start to see is when people start to try and create these internal external ranges, is that the knee, they let the knee move as they're doing it. So you've got to be really conscious with your hands that you're really trying to keep hold of that knee, trying to isolate that internal and external rotation. So be conscious that as you're doing this, you're really trying to isolate that movement, keeping that knee as still as you can. And at first you might have very restrictive movements, but as you do this more and more, you will be able to create more and more mobility. So I really want you to be conscious of trying to keep that knee as still as possible as you're trying to create these internal and external movements. So this exercise really is going to start to help you trying to achieve the values of rotation that we're looking to achieve during the golf swing, but also trying to avoid these compensations that are being caused by your inability to create these internal and external ranges. This could lead to greater power from the tee, and can also have a huge influence on your ability to create the desired club pass and strike. So how you move from the floor or from the ground up, as we know, can hugely influence how the club moves. So starting with this stable base is really important for making you a better golfer. So give this exercise a try, and I look forward to hearing how you get on. Many thanks.